Good morning. This is Gregg, the window doctor with Dallas Energy Efficient Products. Hope you're having a great day. We've talked about a lot of different things in recent weeks, but today I want to talk about options. What does that mean? Well, we're not talking about options in the stock market. I'm talking about options which you can get with your windows. For instance, do you know the difference between a single hung window and a double hung window? Do you know the difference between a double hung and a slider or a geometric window? What do all those terms actually mean? And how does that affect the overall expense of a project? Well, it could make a big difference. Now, we're in Texas, and the reality of it is, how often do you really have an opportunity to open up your windows here in Texas? When was the last time you actually opened up your windows to let the outside temperature come in? It's probably been a long time, hasn't it? Well, let's look at it this way. If you never open the windows of your house, do you think paying more for a double hung window where both sashes operate and both tilt in would be an advantage to you? Well, if you don't think so, why would you pay more to have that option? When a single hung window would still open up at the bottom like what you currently have and would still allow ventilation, but you wouldn't be paying for the extra expense of both sashes operating. What about the grids, those little squares that are built in between the glass? You know, that's kind of a kickback to the old colonial windows where they could only make the glass in certain sizes, so they had wood frames inside the windows to put the small glass. So when you see that grids or muttons in your windows today, those are just for decorating purposes only because they're not really helping your energy savings. So is that something you have to have? Well, let me tell you what I did with my wife. When we had our windows replaced, to compromise, my wife wanted our house to not look completely different than all the other houses in the neighborhood, so we put the grids in the windows across the front, but I didn't put any grids in the sides or in the back. They're just clear glass. Guess what? That saved me a bunch of money. You might want to consider that as an option as well. So we've talked about single hungs and double hungs. We've talked about grids. What about the color of your window? Sometimes the standard window is a white window, kind of like when you go out to buy a refrigerator. Do you normally pay more to get that almond refrigerator or the different color refrigerator or dryer? Absolutely. I don't know, does it really cost that much more? But they always charge us, don't they? So it's pretty much the same way with windows. If you want a tan window or a brown window, those things are typically going to cost you more. So the question is, color can sometimes make a difference for you. And here's one too. A lot of companies today, depending upon where you live, have homeowners associations requirements that may require you to have a brown window. Does the company that you're dealing with have a brown vinyl window that they could offer to you? Well, if they didn't, then you wouldn't be able to match your homeowners association. So that might be a consideration worth looking into. And of course, the different kinds of glass system, from double OE to the triple OE to double pane to triple pane. The reality is, do you need triple pane? Boy, it sounds great. If double pane, triple pane's got to be better, right? Well, it can, but it really, you have to ask yourself for the extra energy savings of about 2 solar heat gain reduction. If it costs you a lot more, chances are the triple pane may not be your best advantage, when just getting low E3 might solve the same purpose at the same time. Well, time's run out. This is Gregg, the window doctor, signing off.